How does it not sound like payments coming anytime soon when I just gave you guys $1,600? Before I gave you guys $1,600, I gave you guys $250. And before I gave you guys $250, I gave you guys $175. And and you guys just took over. This is my first time ever being late on my rent. I can't help that I got sick and I had major surgery. I was in the hospital for over a month. I can't help that. I apologize.
Mr. Yates, Hickenbottom.
The tension in the courtroom rises as the defendant tries to defend himself, but the judge steps in, calm, firm, and unmistakably in charge. "You're not going to come into this courtroom and try to yell at anybody," he says. His tone cuts through the air, absolute authority, no hesitation. In that moment, the message is clear. This is his courtroom, and respect is not optional.
And good afternoon, folks. Court does call the case of Orchard Grove Village versus Jan Butler.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sumption Hart, P69542 on behalf of Orchard Grove.
Hello, Jan Butler.
Okay. The only thing I have down here, this is a termination case, and it says defendant claims repairs have been made. Is this because of the condition of the premises?
No, Your Honor, there's a lot more to the termination than just the condition of the premises. There's unauthorized pets. The minor that resides there has threatened to stab other children with a knife. There's been disturbances to the neighbors, shining lights in their houses, cursing, trespassing on their property. Those are in addition to the home and home site not being maintained.
All right. Ms. Butler, what's your position on all of this?
I've lived here for 30 years. Since 1996, never had any problems until the last year. And the thing is when they're saying that we're shining lights in their windows, we're backing our cars up. And the headlights will shine in their windows for a few seconds. That's all that was. But they wouldn't listen. As far as my granddaughter, we didn't even know what she had done until the police showed up to the door. And the officer said there wasn't nothing going to be done and that he only stopped there to give her like one of those scared straight speeches. And that's as far as that's concerned. My granddaughter's never been in any issues, and she didn't even have a knife.
Okay. Are you going to get an attorney to represent you on this, ma'am?
I already have an attorney.
Okay,
We're done when...
Well, hold on, Ms. Butler. Who's your attorney? Because I don't have an attorney of record on this case.
It's Catherine Girding.
Ms. Hart, have you guys heard from that attorney?
Your Honor, we have heard from an attorney. From what she represented to us, Ms. Butler could not up with the retainer, and she has not filed an appearance. She will not be filing an appearance, from my understanding.
That's
okay. Were you aware of that, Ms. Butler?
Actually, I was just in her office last week for the hearing.
There's no attorney that was present last week, Your Honor. I was the attorney of record.
Yes, there was. She was sitting right there at the table. Maybe you didn't see her. She was there.
Maybe. Well, ma'am, do you know why she's not here today?
Because she had other court appearances today.
Okay, let me do this. Because what's her name again?
Her name is Catherine Girding, is from Mars and Terry.
Okay. Last name is spelled?
Gerding.
Yeah, I know who it is. I'm going to pass it briefly. Can you send a message to their office? See if we can get a response as to whether she's representing her. All right. Let me pass the matter briefly. I know this is your only one, Ms. Hart, but let me make sure. Court recalls the case of Orchard Grove versus Butler.
Good afternoon again, Your Honor. Sumption Hart, P69542 on behalf of Plaintiff Orchard Grove.
Grove. Yes. And Ms. Butler's here. Ms. Butler,
Confusion fills the room as the defendant insists she has an attorney. The judge remains steady, fact-checking, verifying, and demanding clarity. Were you aware she hasn't filed an appearance? He asks. His calm but pointed tone leaves no room for excuses. It's a classic moment of judicial patience and power.
There are rules and regulations. My rent's never been late, and my yard is kept up. I don't get it. You know, do they do that to other people around here? Because I've got people in this park.
I don't know, man.
Everything's worse.
All right. So, ma'am, do you want a trial on this, or what do you want? Because
what is it they want? What is it their conditions are? Because I can't afford to move my house. And my house is paid off. I'm on disability. And they know this.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know entirely what they want. The only thing that's been brought forth to the court is they want you to move. I don't know if there is any leeway for some type of probationary agreement regarding the tenancy or not. And Ms. Hart, I don't know whether you're aware of whether or not that can occur. But there's somebody here from Orchard Grove, because
We do have someone here from Orchard Grove, Your Honor.
Right.
Patrice DeBose is here from Orchard Grove.
Hi, Your Honor. It's Patrice.
Yes, Patrice, how are you? Okay, is there any leeway with reference to a probationary agreement or anything along those lines, or are we just looking to seek straight termination of the tenancy?
My regional manager and I had sent information over to Sunshine. I don't know if you got it or if Jen Wilburn had it. We did say that we would be able to do a consent judgment with a no trespass for Cody Butler and Samantha Foes, or William Cody Butler, because there's been too many times that we've had to do role reminders throughout the years. He was gone at one point and then he came back. And so here we go again. So I don't want to continue to have to deal with that. And now his daughter has threatened children here. So I don't want to continue to have that happen.
Gotcha. Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest I do. I'm going to adjourn this out to June 16th, 2023 at
16th at 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. Ms. Butler?
Yes.
At 11 a.m. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's at 11 a.m. is the thing. What you're going to need to do on your paperwork, you have the attorney's phone number.
Yeah,
they're willing to work with you to get a consent judgment with certain criteria that you'd have to abide by. I'm going to suggest that you contact the attorney's office, see if you can work that through. I'll give you guys 2 weeks to try to get that done. Otherwise, they're proceeding that you'd have to leave your home and move your home from the premises. So they're willing to work with you, but they're going to require certain terms.
Your Honor, instead of adjourning this case, if I could have you pass the matter for 10 minutes, I can call Ms. Butler right now, and then we can work out a consent judgment, place it on the record.
I really don't want to, but okay. I'll pass.
Thank you. Ms. Butler, if you could chat your phone number, I will give you a call right now.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. Whatever. Court recalls the case of Orchard Grove versus Jan Butler.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sumchit Hart, P69542 on behalf of Plaintiff Orchard Grove.
Butler, are you still here?
Yep.
Okay. I'll just ask it. Either one of you want to try to yell at me?
Oh, no.
I don't want to go after that.
No, if you want to, go for it. I mean, seems like it's the day. Okay, so. All right. Right. So what have we worked out?
Nothing.
Your Honor, we are unable to come to a resolution. There'll be no consent judgment on this matter.
Got it. Okay. So, Ms. Butler, you want to have this matter set for trial then?
Judge, I was gonna call Gertie, my attorney, back and see how much it's gonna cost to retain her, because I've already paid her a certain amount of money already. So if there's a chance that I could have like couple like until Monday or Tuesday. Otherwise, I'll have to go down to legal aid.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We'll do it this way. And so the parties can understand an expectation. I understand that you may not have known that you have to pay an attorney for them to appear. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to adjourn this to June 16, 2023 at 11 a.m. as I indicated previously before Ms. Hart had her alternative plan. And then from that date, if you have an attorney, then we will proceed. You can expect to see a final settlement conference occurring that next week at 3:30. And then if that doesn't resolve it, a trial after that. Okay?
Yep.
That's where we're at. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
I hope your day gets better.
Well, my day's fine. It's everybody else's day that's going to get bad. Thank you, Ms. Butler. Have a great weekend.
You too, Your Honor.
Whitaker Oaks versus Yates Hickenbottom.
Danny Horn, P81774 for plaintiff, Your Honor.
He's here. Oh, there he is. Where'd they go? Okay, there they are. Okay, what do you have as a balance now, counsel?
Rent to retain $2,007.45. Cost $160. Cost $160 for a total of $2,167.45.
And folks, you previously were denied through Hawk, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how are we going to get this paid down or paid off?
I've been making payments, Your Honor, to bring the payment down.
Okay, but so here's what I remember. I think you were going to try to move, right? Because you at a house. When were you planning on trying to do that?
To be honest, I was trying to do that as soon as possible. I just only wanted to do it. I didn't want to have an eviction on my record as if I'm abandoning the place. We're trying to pay the cost down. We was going to, as soon as possible, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. So what? But I need a date that you're looking to try to do that. I mean, I remember everything. I remember you don't want the eviction. You don't want that. I get it. I'm just, folks have just got to answer my question so that I can try to see what I can work out for folks. But you had indicated the end of some month. I can't recall whether it was June or July. You had said that you were trying to get yourself moved.
The end of July is actually the end of my lease.
Yeah.
So we've been already looking for a place. It's just if we get an eviction on our record and the place I'm trying to move,
okay,
we're not gonna be able to move sooner.
Do you have a place to go?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. So when you're talking about the eviction on your record, I get why you don't want it, but you keep giving me a rationale for it that's not making a lot of sense to me. Because if you've got a home to go to, that eviction on your record is not going to make a hill of beans about you being housed, right?
It's not going to make hill of beans about me being housed right now, but if I want to be housed somewhere else in 2 years, it will. An eviction stays on your record for 7 years, Your Honor.
I've been doing this for a minute, sir. I get it. All right. But okay, how are you proposing? You know what? I'm done. How are you proposing to pay this down?
To be honest, I know for a fact I was going to bring them $1,600 on the 28th of this month. I was actually hoping to pay a little bit more before then to help bring it down, because the last time I paid them $1,600, I only owed them $600. So I'm hoping to pay some money along the way, Your Honor. But the whole thing is, as of right now, I get paid every week. But literally, today is the first. Literally on the 5th, my whole pay schedule switches. That's the whole problem I'm getting into. I go from a every week pay to a every 2-week pay. I just started.
Counsel, are you guys willing to work with these folks? I mean, I don't know what else to do because I can't get my questions answered.
Right. Your Honor, last time it does look like there was a discussion potentially about a conditional dismissal. We'd be willing, and Whitaker Oaks can correct me, but if we do until the 13th, which would be the normal statutory period, they've stated they have somewhere to go. If they can vacate by then on a conditional dismissal, then with this being possession only, there would be no eviction for the future. And they would still get the statutory period that they would be entitled to if there was a judgment. My client would get possession back or have the right to get a writ of eviction the next business day. So that's what I would propose, unless Whitaker Oaks has something different, in order to help both parties do and achieve exactly what they want to do. Because frankly, it doesn't sound like payments coming anytime soon.
How does it not sound like payments coming anytime soon when I just gave you guys $1,600? Before I gave you guys $1,600, I gave you guys $250. And before I gave you guys $250, I gave you guys $175. And this was and you guys just took over. This is my first time ever being late on my rent. I can't help that I got sick and I had major surgery. I was in the hospital for over a month.
The defendant pushes too far, interrupting, talking over the bench, and then everything stops. The judge leans forward. You want to try to overtalk me, really? Do you want to do that today? Silence. This isn't anger, it's command. The kind that instantly reminds everyone who runs the courtroom.
I'll wait for your answer.